Yo, what's going on, you beautiful people? The video that I broke down how to steal viral videos with AI absolutely blew up, and a lot of people were curious on how to do this with some more complex videos. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking about how do you actually take a viral video that's a little bit more complex with maybe a character that's doing stuff and completely recreate it with AI to turn into an ad or an organic piece of content. So obviously the first thing you're going to need is a viral video that you're going to be wanting to recreate. I'm going to be using this one here. You're going to need to download this video. I'm going to be using a little bit of a hack here using Flow, where we're just going to go ahead and drop the video inside of our swipe file. And then we're going to be extracting the frames from this video, and I'll be showcasing how you can then make a consistent character using those frames to be able to do absolutely anything that you would like. And we're also going to be extracting the motion here. I'll directly show you guys the entire process. So first and foremost, we're going to need to grab the first frame of every scene. You can see there's a bunch of different scenes here. I'm going to do it for a few of them, right? So you can get an idea of how the workflow needs to look like. First thing we're going to want to do is grab kind of the first frame here that we want to have happen. So the first one here is pretty much of bro like slamming the fridge, right? So he has the fridge open and then he's slamming it. I'm going to go ahead, just right click here. We're going to extract this frame. You're going to see it'll just get downloaded directly to my computer. I'll go ahead and then grab, let's see, he kind of looks annoyed, right? He like slams. Let's play this so you can see what we're working with. And well done! Right, so he like slams the fridge and then he points up here. So we'll actually grab this frame here where he's pointing up. We'll do the same thing. We'll download that frame. And then you'll see we have bro here that's like napping and then like turning around. So we'll just take bro here napping. We'll do the same thing. We'll extract that frame. Then we can see bro's feet here. We'll do the same thing. We'll extract that frame. And then you can see he's like really irritated here. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but we'll just grab frame of bro looking really irritated. Let's do this one here. Same thing, extract the frame. Bro on his phone, extract the frame. Then we have some product shots here. Let's go ahead. For example purposes, we'll grab this one here. Cool. So that's going to be all the frames I'm going to grab from this. Again, you're just going to want to go through whatever video you're recreating and just download all the frames. Next thing you're going to want to do is extract the motion. This is super important. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say extract in detail all of the motion that is happening in this video, segment it scene by scene, and give it to me in a detailed.json. So what you're going to want to do is either use Flow or you can directly drop your video into Gemini and then do a very similar prompt to this where you're extracting scene by scene the different movement that's happening. This is going to be extremely important. So we got our breakdown here, scene one. So we'll go ahead and copy this. And then next thing we're going to do is hop over to Freepik. This is where I've been enjoying playing around with building workflows with AI content. There's many other softwares you can do this with, Higgsfield included. And we're going to go ahead and just drop in all of the different scenes that we just downloaded. I'll literally just drag them. I have them here in my downloads folder, and I'm going to drag and drop them here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and click text here. And I'm going to paste in our scene. We have a bunch of different scenes here. And what we're going to want to do is we want to segment these actually scene by scene. So I can say, now give me separate .json files for each scene. And we're going to want to have each of these scenes in its own separate text file that we're going to be then using to recreate this with. So the first thing we obviously have the first scene here where bro's slamming the fridge. Then we have the second scene, which is going to be bro pointing up. Then we have, I think it was then the third scene, he was sleeping. Fourth scene, foot. Fifth scene, irritated. Sixth scene, brain won't shut off. And then seventh scene, we had product. And I'll do a demonstration for each of these again for the purpose of showcasing more complex generation. That's what this video is about. And then we're going to go back over here and you can see we have now by scene what we're going to want. So each of these, we're going to want to have them in their own text here. So I'm going to go ahead and just paste this. This is going to be for scene one. And I'll just go ahead and drag it kind of in the beginning here. And we're just going to say scene one. And we're going to do the same exact thing for each of the scenes. We're going to go hit here, grab scene two, go over here, create a text, paste it. And we're going to say scene two. Then go back here, copy scene three, go to scene three, text, scene 3, same thing with scene 4, right? So it's a little bit of a repeating process here. Again, you're gonna just wanna have VA do this. So show them this video. Scene 5, copy that. Back here, paste, scene, paste that, scene 5, scene 6. Oh, and you can see we actually, one of the one of the issues here is I actually I didn't necessarily grab every single one. I think it's so far going to be because I grabbed this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So this would be scene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be the phone one. Let's see. So 6 would be the phone one. Yeah. Okay. You can see kind of how it missed a little bit here. So you just want to make sure these are the correct, right? So this one particularly is going to be the one where he's on his smartphone, right? So this one here is the one on his smartphone. This one we don't need, right? So just make sure they align, right? This one here, yeah. So this one here is going to be associated with this one. Man's lower legs, feet walking in a room, then abruptly. Okay, so both of these are the same, right? So we have this one where it showcases his lower legs, and then we have the seated position that's happening. So we could hypothetically, this one here I would want to break, to be honest with you, into 2 different scenes. So we can take this, and then we can just copy paste, and then this scene we're just gonna want to remove this part here, and then we're gonna want to, in this one, drop it to here. And I'm not gonna worry about the names here. You understand what I'm doing pretty much. Let me just make sure this one here, living room, lying on the couch, right? So this one here is going here. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead, copy paste. Sorry, we're gonna go ahead, copy paste this. We're gonna go into detail here. He is seen, I'm just gonna go ahead and rewrite this a little bit myself. He is seen slamming the fridge door closed, turning around and looking frustrated. And then technically this here would be scene 2. And we're gonna just go and just say body towards the camera, and then this here is going to be scene 3. So you can see how I'm fine-tuning to make sure that we have the appropriate motion and movement associated with each of the scenes here. And then this product one where he's holding the product close up, let me find that one here. So this would be last scene, second to last scene. So technically it should be this one here. I'll just go ahead and copy that one, paste it in here. Okay, cool. So this is going to be really the next thing you're going to want to do is have it laid out in a similar format like this. And now the next thing is we're going to want to regenerate this character to be a completely different person that we're going to use for this. You don't want to use the same person. That's plagiarism. You're stealing their identity. So let's go ahead and change bro out to be Asian, right? Let's try that. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag this out over here, and we're going to also use this then for reference for all of these other ones. And we're going to say image generator. We're going to say turn this man into an Asian. We're going to let that run. And you could do 10 generations of this and then pick the one that you like the best. We'll see if we can get kind of just one off the bat that works here. Beautiful. So now we have a Asian bro over here. And what we're going to do now is recreate these scenes here, but with Asian bro. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to grab each of these scenes, drag it out, click image generator, and then we're going to also grab the scene now of our character, drag it in as reference, and we're going to say remove the text and turn the black guy into the Asian guy, keep the positioning the same. And we're going to actually go ahead and copy this, and then I like to run these at least 5 times. You can do up to 10. And then for each of these, I'm just going to drag them out. You'll see the workflow here. Then we're going to go to the second one here, drag it out, image generator, paste the same exact thing, grab the same exact reference, plug it in, do 5 generations, drag it out in a nice linear format so we can keep track of it all. We'll drag that up here. We'll make this a little bit more workable. And then again, it's going to be the same exact process here for the other scenes. We're going to go ahead, image generator, grab the context of our new person, paste in our prompt, generate 5 of them. Nice. So you can see we're getting some pretty nice results here. Let's keep going. Image generator, grab the reference, 5 generations, hit next. Next one, drag image generator, grab the reference, paste in our prompt, generate 5. I'm just going to repeat this process here, and then you'll see what we'll do for the product one. It'll be a little bit different. I'm going to move this down here so it's easier to grab. And then for the product one here, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be obviously changing this out. So the way we're going to do that, I'm just going to use Gruns here as an example. We'll go over to their website. Let's go over to their product page. No, I don't like savings. And then we're just going to directly yoink their image here. And then we're going to go back and we're going to upload whatever product we want. And in our case, we're just going to use Gruns as an example, but you can obviously use your brand. And then for this one, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to just drag and drop here, image generator. Then we're going to grab the Gruns as reference. And we're going to say, we're going to do this in two parts actually. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, replace the product in the background with the attached product, bag, and replace the small packets of the product being laid on the table with the small packets of the product in the reference image. And then I'm gonna do 10 variations of this one just because it will likely not get it right on the first few. And then while that's doing its thing, we're going to go ahead and start processing the remainder of these. The first step is going to be picking the ones that we like. Let's decide on if we want bro to have a ponytail or not, because in this one, you can't really tell if he has a ponytail. In this, you can, obviously. Obviously, this one here is not it, right? So we're just going to literally go through and identify which are the images that we like. I kind of like this one here the best. You can see I'm kind of holding the door. It feels pretty raw and organic. So we're going to save this one. And you only need one per each, right? So we're just going to go, this one's not it. These are pretty much identical. Let's just go with that first one there. That's fine. Then let's go with, let's see. He's wearing a watch in this one. He's wearing a watch in this one. He's wearing a watch in this one. So we want to make sure he's wearing the watch also, right? Here he's wearing the watch. So we'll go ahead and use the one where he's wearing the watch. We're going to go ahead and then identify the shot that looks most similar to this. I'll go with this one here. We'll go ahead, do the same thing. This one here looks fine. We'll go ahead, do the same thing. Let's see. How's that original? It's dude's hands in his pocket. This one here looks fine. Cool. And then you can see what I meant by, by having multiple generations of it. Like this one here did all right. So a few of these did all right. I'll go ahead and remove this, remove this, remove this. This one got it correctly. So you'll see how we'll now manipulate that. We'll remove all these. And then we're going to go over here and then we'll do another generation of this one where we're going to say turn hand into Asian hand, whatever that means. And then we'll say remove the text overlay. And then we'll also do like 7 variations of that. So you can see how I'm like slowly progressing to build out the shot. And this is super important due to the fact that you need to have how you want the actual video to look as a reference shot initially. You don't want to just immediately go to video or it's not going to turn out how you want it to be. Cool. So while this is generating the last like call to action slide here, I'm going to go ahead and start turning these into videos. Now, what we're going to want to do to turn them into videos is going over here and dragging it into a video generator. And then for the video generator, I personally really like the Kling 3.0 model. You can also use the motion control model. I'm just going to go ahead here and use the regular Kling 3.0 for these examples. And we're going to go and drag first and foremost the text for the motion. Now, again, that's why we extracted it, because we want to have the same exact motion of what's happening here. And then obviously we're going to drag that initial reference image. I'm going to go ahead and generate 3 generations here per each one. And these are all going to be probably no more than 5 seconds. I think 5's probably fine. We'll go ahead and run that. And then we'll do the exact same thing for the next one here. Drag that into a video generator. We're going to drag in our reference shot here. And then we're going to go ahead and select 3 and then hit run. We'll go here to the next one, drag this out, click video generator, drag in our motion reference. We'll put this to 3, then we'll hit run. We'll go here, we'll drag in our image reference, video generator, grab our text, put this to 3 and hit run. We'll do the same for this one here, video generator, grab our text reference, put it to 3 and run. And then we'll do the same for this one, video generator, grab, let me make sure actually this text reference is correct. Yeah, it looks fine. Grab the text for the motion, set it to 3, and then hit run. Beautiful. And then for this last one, you'll see again, we have some that were done correctly. It really didn't change out the hand, which I wanted it to, but it removed the text on these. So likely I'm gonna run it now with a specific prompt to change the hand out. So we'll just do this, and then we'll do another image generator, and we'll say, switch this hand to an Asian hand. I don't know if it's gonna know white hand or yellow hand. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right prompt for it. We'll just go ahead and do 7 generations of that again, and then we'll see what we get here. And then basically we're gonna do the exact same thing. After we get the one that we like, we're gonna drag into the motion, and then after we drag in the motion, we're gonna see what we get and go from there. Okay, so I think this one here is probably gonna be fine. I'll just go ahead and remove these over here, and then we're gonna run with this one. Extremely slight difference, but doesn't matter too much. I mean, bro's already pretty tan, it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and then do the exact same thing where we drag this out, video generator, grab our reference of what needs to be happening for the motion, and we'll run 3 of these. Awesome. Now, while those are generating, we should be able to start reviewing some of the ones that are coming in here. So if we open this up, we get bro looks pretty frustrated, closes the door, spins around. Okay, so he looks a little bit frustrated. This one he also looks pretty frustrated in. This one he also looks pretty frustrated in. If I wanted it to be even more of a slam, like I could, you would essentially just want to modify your prompt here. He has seen slamming the fridge door shut. He has seen slamming the fridge door shut quickly, right? Like you can add other things inside of this prompt, which would allow for it to be even more impactful. But I think that we have a few here that we can work with. I think particularly this middle one here is probably fine. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and delete those other 2, and we'll keep this one. And then in terms of these, I like this guy. I like this one here. So I'll go ahead and remove this one. He like talks a little bit in, which we don't want. So this one's fine. And then we're getting some of these come back. You can see it's very similar motion as the original here. He just kind of looks like restless. I like this one actually, kind of like he kind of pulls a blanket up and like turns to the side. Yeah, I kind of like that one the best since it also incorporates kind of the turning into the side motion, which is defined in the motion control. We'll keep that one. Let's go here. This is funny. He's like, praise Jesus. And you can see how we can slowly start to essentially piece together the entire video scene by scene based off of extracting the images of the scenes, extracting the motions of the scenes, and then turning them into a character that we want it to be, and turning it into videos that we're going to be then syncing together scene by scene. Okay. So we got majority of these back. As you can see, we got a few options for the walking one. So you kind of like walks in frame here, similar to the original. Same with this one here. I don't like the fact the camera starts moving here, so I'm gonna just remove that one. I think this one's probably fine. We can edit it in post-production. This one here, let's see. Yeah, also I don't like this one. So this one here is fine. The one where he's like, I like this one here where he's like kind of holding his stomach a little bit. We'll see if the final one here turns out any better. In terms of the ones on his phone, I think probably this one is the best. Go with that one. I actually really like this one here. Yeah, nice. Glad I waited on that last generation. That's good. And then we have a few options for the product showcase one. Boom. Now, obviously, this is not how the Gruns gummy looks like. One other thing that I would do here to make this better is to literally grab a shot of like how the actual gummy looks like, which I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have some images of, right? Like you can grab even this one here, and then you can literally in the image generation part. So like right here, or in this step here, I would then have another image that I generate with the reference of the gummy and have him hold that gummy, if that makes sense, before I do the video generation. And then the video generation would have the actual gummy that is shown inside of the video generation. And then all you do after this step is you take all of these, you throw them in a CapCut, you put the music, you put the text overlay, you put the voiceover on top of it, and you have your recreation. Hopefully this helps with kind of the workflow on the more complex scene side. feel free to let me know if you guys have any questions. Cheers.